I'm Julie Marie and I'm excited to bring to you another one of my great recipes. Today I'm making French toast. And I'm going to first make what I'm going to top the French toast with, because I'm not a fan of using sugars and maple syrup, agave nectar, things like that. So I've done this video already for the organic chia seed jams, but I'm going to go over it really quick with you. I'm going to top my French toast with organic chia seed jam that's made with strawberries. So what I want you to do is defrost a bag of organic strawberries and just mash them up in your hand. You don't even have to use the blender. This is kind of a simplified recipe that I've made in just trying to save time. So you're going to cut this bag open and pour it into a container, preferably a container that's sealable, so in case you don't use it all up, you can use it tomorrow on some toast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. The chia seeds, what they're going to do is they form a gel when they hit a liquid. And this is going to, actually I'm going to only put about 2 tablespoons. That was a little much. I have a 12-ounce bag of strawberries. I usually make a bigger batch than this. So about 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to stir this up. Okay, so all these seeds are incorporated into the jam. Got 2 tablespoons to 12 ounces of fruit. You could use blueberries or whatever frozen fruit you desire. You could also use fresh fruit, just blend it in a blender and then put it into a dish, add your chia seeds. You can also add, if you like it a little sweeter, if the fruit isn't a real sweet fruit, you could add half a dropper of liquid stevia. I enjoy it without the stevia, but I have some guests over that are going to have French toast with us that are used to a standard diet, and they're used to jams being sweeter, so I added the stevia today. What I'm going to do is set this aside, and these chia seeds are going to gel up. And we're going to give them another stir for about 20 to 30 seconds when we're ready to serve them, and that's going to thicken everything up. So I'm going to get started with the French toast. I made some oat milk, which is very important to this recipe because it's a thicker milk. I made this out of oatmeal. You can check out the video and the recipe on plantpurity.com for this oat milk. This is key to making this French toast. What I'm going to do is, into a bowl, I'm going to put 2 cups. I have 4 cups of oat milk. I made this earlier today, and I'm going to put half of this in there. That's about 2 cups of oat milk in a bowl. And I like to season my French toast with a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And just to bring out those flavors in the vanilla and the cinnamon and get rid of the bitterness of them without sugar, I'm going to put 1 dropper of stevia. I'm just going to incorporate this. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the oat milk is a very thick texture, and that's the reason why I chose to use this for this French toast recipe. I was making another recipe where I was using the oat milk for my macaroni and cheese, and I noticed it got really thick when it hit the heat, and that's how I came up with this French toast recipe. I'm like, oh, this browns up beautifully. This would make an excellent French toast base. Okay, and I bought a really nice hearty whole wheat bread today at the market, and I sliced this up nice and thick, and I'm just going to dip this into my batter. I'm going to heat up my pan, And you could also use, if you want to use Ezekiel bread, I keep this in my freezer, it's handy. You make up the oat milk, it's a simple breakfast. You could also have it for dinner. So you're going to put that in there and then flip it over to the other side. Drain off any excess. And you want that pan nice and hot. Over there. So we're going to put this into the pan. I'm going to do a second slice. And if you want to, if you're making a lot of this, you could turn your oven on about 300 degrees and put a baking pan in there and just lie your French toast in there to keep it warm while everyone's waking up or arriving for dinner. We eat French toast for dinner sometimes. We're going to let that come to a nice golden brown. Just keep checking it to see that it's browning. I'm using a non-stick pan here so that I don't have to use any oils while I'm cooking this. I don't want you to incorporate any processed oils into your diet. This is key in hitting your ideal body weight as well as your ideal cholesterol level and making yourself heart attack proof. Adding the extra oils is just unnecessary calories. It doesn't really add any flavor to your food, as I've experienced in the last few months that I have eliminated all processed oils out of my diet. You just have to learn a little bit of a new way of cooking, as you've seen me do the water sauteing when I brown vegetables. It works beautifully. It's just adapting to it. And I found this oat milk to be great with the French toast recipe because it browns up really nicely. So we're just going to give this a few more minutes while it browns. The first piece that I put in is ready to be flipped. Smells delicious. The cinnamon and the vanilla. You'd never notice that it's missing eggs or oil. And this you could eat several pieces of. You don't have to limit yourself. Eat until you're full. This is diet food. I'm just going to give my organic strawberry chia seed jam another stir while I'm waiting for this to brown. As you can see, nothing is sticking to my pan and there's no added oil being used. It's browning up beautifully. Just going to flip that back over again and brown the other side a little bit more than what I had. This is ready to go. And I'm going to top this off with some of my jam. And you could eat this just how it is. You don't have to put the jam on it, but I love it. And I'm going to put a little bit more cinnamon on these sliced bananas that I'm serving with the breakfast. I'm so excited to try this. This is actually the first time that I'm making this recipe. I decided to make it on camera because I saw the effects of the browning of the oat milk when I tried to make it with a soup. I'm like, this would make the best French toast. And my mom, she's been eating a low-fat, plant-based diet to lower her cholesterol and reverse heart disease. And she's been asking about French toast. Oh, I miss French toast. I want some French toast. So this came upon me from her request, and oh, it smells so good. Oh, you've been waiting for this. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, optimum health will be owned by those who eat an abundance of plants. So eat your fruits and veggies. Take care and best of health to you.